Hi, I'm Ellen, and hi, I'm Ellen. Welcome to the video which will explain the Galactic Gateway and will hopefully dispel any concerns about what is transpiring today, including for me. um, the energies I'm working with are ready to start channeling, so I'm going to give way to them. Welcome, and ask yourself what in your life is needing the change, needing the perspective changed. Ask yourself, what is preventing you from living wholly, from accepting all you are, all you do as the product of your soulness. That is your soul expressing within your human shell. Take a moment to ask yourself, how is my soul showing my human self what is possible? How is my human self blocking my soul from showing me what is possible? The gateway asks of you patience, resolve, fortitude. The gateway accesses all energies from the universe. The energy invites openness, healing, establishes faith, hope, renews passion, peace, accelerates healing, enlightenment. In this, is there one way for all people? With the energy of the gateway, there comes unification within individuality. Even as you are an individual, there is unity with all others, all else. Permit we, the Council of Light, entry. permit all angels entry. Enter the angels. Enter the Council of Light. Gateway closed. Asking Ellen that she will speak. Well, I wasn't sure how that was going to go this morning. So I did feel a lot of energy inside of me, a lot of, I just heard headspace energy, yeah. I think I've said before that my intuitive yes is a very physical sensation, starting about the top bridge of my nose, and then it moves up. It's across this whole area of my head, including my third eye area. And that's the nature of the energy I was feeling, and also the location, except it was more. I felt like it was extending out of the crown of my head. And I still have that sensation. I feel like there's a lot happening at the crown of my head right now. And that could have to do with the energies that are working through me. And yet it feels like it's more than that. And I just heard integration. So all of these energies, all the angel realms, the Council of Light, integrating, and not just integrating with me, integrating with everyone, everything. So I find it interesting in well, yeah, it's interesting, and yet I'm feeling, I don't know, so much emotion from yesterday with the mass shooting. And so I find it interesting that this gateway is happening today, the day after that shooting. And I hear enough is enough. Enough is enough. And so it has me wondering, was the timing of this gateway in part due to that occurrence? Knowing, I was told about this over a month ago. So was there a knowing then that that would happen, and that entering today, the day afterward, would be beneficial? Yes. That isn't all of it. There is the fact that today is a new moon with a solar eclipse. And I feel like that is the catalyst for this taking place today. The energy is aligning. I'm hearing this song from Xanadu, the planets align so rare. The song is Magic. The planets align so rare. So there's definitely some synergy there, synchronicity. And I do have the sense of that being a catalyst. It was important that there be that solar eclipse with a new moon today. So enough is enough. And so what is enough? enough of the terrorism. And I heard internal and external, because we do tend to terrorize ourselves when things like this happen. So enough with the terrorism. Enough with the violence. Enough with the choosing ego over soul. Enough with hating. Enough with permitting the face of others to put their hatred upon you. Enough with assigning truth where there is falsehood. Enough with listening to one who permits the way of the ego to tamp down on light. Enough. We have come because there is rampant energy of ego creating the hatred, creating this society, this curriculum of inequality. Differences only exist on the surface. Who are you to say one who is fair-skinned is better than one who is dark-skinned? Who are you to say one who believes in a God named Jesus is better than one who believes in a God named Muhammad? Who are you to believe that one who is gay is a anomaly, is one to be discarded? Who are you to say that there is betterment in adhering to the Christian ways? Enough is enough. Transform your method. Transform your thinking. Make haste. People die. People war. Earth dies. There can be resurrection. There can be healing. And yet, first, there must be coordination with soul. Without coordination, all will continue as it has. All will become worse. We opened the gateway, bringing through all the angel realms, and the Council of Light, because the ways of the earthlings is killing the earthlings and killing Earth. Enough is enough. Oh, golly. What do we say to that? I mean, it's true. Look what's happening. Look at our world. Look at our government. Look at those dead children yesterday. Killed by another child. There was an earthquake here this morning, here in New Hampshire, the seacoast, and it struck me, no pun intended, how synchronistic it was, considering what happened yesterday, considering what is happening today. It's like a shake-up, a wake-up call of a different variety. Why it was just here on the seacoast? Well, you know, pressure valve. That's what earthquakes are. They're pressure valves. So, pent-up energy, making room for other energy, making room for the gateway to open, making room to receive new energy, making room to increase the vibration of Earth, making room for healing. If you aren't somehow upset by what happened yesterday, that's a problem. And that's something you'll want to really consider. And I don't believe it's meant that we're to all be grieving in the way those parents must be grieving. And yet, to feel something other than apathy, to feel something other than, oh well, what can I do? To feel something other than, it isn't my problem. To feel something other than, I can't make a difference. We can all make a difference. We all have to make a difference. You know, sometimes I get down on myself a bit because I tend to be very spiritual to a point that sometimes I just don't feel things the way I sometimes think that I should feel them. I saw the news yesterday and I wasn't shocked. I wasn't even tremendously upset. Yes, I felt sadness. Yes, I had that not again feeling. And yet, I didn't feel this quaking hopelessness. I have felt this steady energy, just very steady. And it's this morning that I'm actually feeling the emotion. And probably because last night, maybe it was the shock that I was more tapping into. Just the shock of the whole thing. And today, I'm feeling the emotion of it. Because this morning, all those parents woke up praying perhaps that it was a nightmare, only to find the empty bed of their child. And oh, that hurts. And it isn't just about that. It's about leaders who think it's okay to egg on other leaders in some weird kind of warped kind of war game. They volley back and forth like two kids. It's ridiculous. It's unprecedented, and it is unacceptable. So, I feel like I went off a little bit there, and yet I can also feel that I'm being, I was going to say permitted, I just heard asked. I'm being asked to say those things, because I haven't. I usually keep those cards pretty close to my chest. And I don't think I can anymore. I don't think I'm supposed to anymore. And I don't know what that's going to look like. I know what it feels like, and it's half holy crap, and it's half thank goodness. So, and it's funny, the holy crap, I'm sure, is coming from my ego, and the thank goodness is coming from my soul. So, there's that. Oh boy, okay. Let me see. I've drawn 3 cards. I was guided to draw 3 cards, and I have them laying face down here on my desk, and I'm just asking if I'm supposed to go to these yet. Okay. So, and perhaps they'll shed us some more light, give us some direction, and that's what I'm hopeful of. I'm working with Stephen Farmer's Earth Magic deck, which seems terrifically appropriate. So let's see what these cards are. Our first card is Iceberg, Submerged. Iceberg. And so what is it about iceberg? And we notice that with the iceberg, there is the appearance of, yes, some large structure, and yet beneath the surface is a far greater structure. And this is what is appearing here. We notice that there are these icebergs, such as the shooting, and yet what is submerged is what must be tended. So, I like that. And I agree with that. So what is it that is submerged that we need to tend? Is there something we need to tend first? There is need to tend the heart. Bring the soul into focus. Bring the soul into sovereignty with the human. So there's that. Anything else to say about that? Anything else that I want to say about that? I'm working with my third eye to see if I can bring in anything else as a visual aid regarding this. And I'm seeing a lot of black, and I'm seeing these rivers of red running through it. And I think, well, that color looks like blood. It looks like perhaps lava. It just feels angry, and it also feels like it's untempered, like it's just allowed to run, allowed to flow. There's nothing to stop it, nothing to cool it. So that's where bringing the soul into focus will help, because we could say that our humanness is that red energy, that hot energy, and the soul is the cool energy. And they're really specifically showing me that red and then the blue. And what happens when red and blue are joined? They become purple. And when I source my third eye, when I settle into a meditative state of any sort, I always see purple. And I always associate that with my higher self, with my soul. And beyond that, with the one consciousness, whether you call it God, whatever. Big difference from a red energy running rampant and increasing anger, increasing hatred, increasing apathy. Anything else to say about that? No. So we'll go to our second card. Oh gosh. Ocean, ebb and flow. Breathe into that. Breathe into that. The ocean of life is as the ocean itself. There are the ebbs and the flows. There are the high tides and the low tides. There is a constant in and out movement. And this is, of course, the nature of life. And yet with humans, they take this nature and they put a conformity upon it. They try to put this energy as though into some sort of a box to control when it comes, when it goes. And in this way creates dysfunction, disharmony, disconnection. Be as the ocean. Yeah, I just heard harmonious. And for me, it's important for me to live near the ocean, which I do. And on those occasions, I actually get to the ocean and sit with it. It's like I'm synchronized with the ocean. I feel such peace. I feel so connected. And interestingly, I also feel this expansion, as though I can really feel that I am a part of a much greater whole. And it's replenishing, restoring. So Earth offers us, the ocean, I said Earth, that's really interesting, so we'll go with that. Earth offers us what we need in terms of symbols, in terms of energy to support us. Earth is more aligned with our soul natures than most of us are. I just heard, and that's a fact. Something to be aware of too. And then our third card. Dragonfly, Emergence. It's the first time I've drawn that card. Boy, is that pretty. That's really pretty. So what is it about dragonfly? The dragonfly exhibits a wonderful manner of being as one with all that is. It rejoices in its life. It dwells only where it finds pleasure. It dwells only where it is in harmony. And if dragonfly is your symbol for the ones who have passed, then consider you are offered this gift to bring you into harmony. Dragonflies emerge at the time of the year when there is most sun, most warmth, most growth. What might it be for you to emerge as the dragonfly emerges? Wow. Were you done? Okay. Oh, it's such a different energy from butterfly, because we know the butterfly actually begins as a caterpillar and then goes through the chrysalis stage before becoming the butterfly. The dragonfly is a dragonfly. It's born a dragonfly, it dies a dragonfly. It doesn't go through a chrysalis stage to my knowledge, no. So, emerging as a dragonfly, and I just heard him being a symbol of hope, a symbol of life, a symbol of love, a symbol of faith. How might that be to emerge that way? Anything else to say about that? No, I know they're pointing me to my friend Holly, who passed back in, oh my gosh, I can't believe she passed back in 2007. And her symbol for me is the dragonfly. I think of her every time I see a dragonfly. And she was very, very much in tune with everything. Way more than she liked to let on. And I so wish in some part that she could be present today, because I feel like she would have so much to say. And yet, well, maybe I'll just have a conversation with her and find out what her input is on all of this. She has had and has a really keen eye, an artist's eye. She sees the beauty in everything, and yet she also sees the shadow in everything. And so there's that light and dark. There's that merging of the human and the soul. So, wow, I had no idea this video was going to be like this. And if you've made it this far, I really thank you so much. And welcome any questions about all of this. I will answer them to the best of my ability. And unless there's anything else to say, I wish you peace, I wish you love, and I wish you action. Blessings be.